Class 6 Social Studies. Happy day students. This is part 2 video of chapter 3 in the earliest cities. Topics to be covered in this video are new crafts in the city, in search of raw materials, food for people in the cities, a closer look on Harappan towns in Gujarat. New crafts in the city. Let us look at some of the objects that were made and found in Harappan cities. Most of the things that have been found by archaeologists are made of stone, shell, and metal, including copper, bronze, gold, and silver. Copper and bronze were used to make tools, weapons, ornaments, and vessels. Gold and silver were used to make ornaments and vessels. Perhaps the most striking finds are those of beads, weights, and blades. The Harappans also made seals out of stones. These are generally rectangular or square shaped ones and usually have an animal carved on them. The Harappans also made pots with beautiful black designs, such as the one shown here. Cotton was probably grown at Mehergarh about 7,000 years ago. Actual pieces of cloth were found attached to the lid of a silver vase and some copper objects at Mohenjo-daro. Archaeologists have also found spindle wheels made of terracotta and faience. You can refer to the picture of faience on the right side upper corner. These were used to spin thread. Many of the things that were produced were probably the work of specialists. A specialist is a person who is trained to do only one kind of work. For example, cutting stone or polishing beads or carving seals. You can see how well the face is carved and how carefully the beard is shown. This must have been the work of an expert craftsperson. Not everybody could have been a specialist. We do not know whether only men were specialists or only women were specialists. Perhaps some women and men may have been specialists. In search of raw materials. Raw materials are substances that are either found naturally, such as wood or ores of metals, or produced by farmers or herders. These are then processed to produce finished goods. For example, cotton produced by farmers is a raw material that may be processed to make cloth. While some of the raw materials that the Harappans used were available locally, many items such as copper, tin, gold, silver, and precious stones had to be brought from distant places. The Harappans probably got copper from present day Rajasthan and even from Oman in the West Asia. Tin, which was mixed with copper to produce bronze, may have been brought from present day Afghanistan and Iran. Gold could have come all the way from present day Karnataka and precious stones from present day Gujarat, Iran, and Afghanistan. Food for people in the cities. While many people lived in the cities, others, living in the countryside, grew crops and reared animals. These farmers and herders supplied food to craftspersons, scribes, and rulers in the cities. We know from remains of plants that the Harappans grew wheat, barley, pulses, peas, rice, sesame, linseed, and mustard. A new tool, the plough, was used to dig the earth for turning the soil and planting the seeds. While real ploughs, which were probably made of wood, have not survived, toy models have been found. As the region does not receive heavy rainfall, some form of irrigation may have been used. This means that water was stored and supplied to the fields when the plants were growing. The Harappans reared cattle, sheep, goat, and buffalo. Water and pastures were available around settlements. However, in the dry summer months, large herds of animals were probably taken to greater distances in search of grass and water. They also collected fruits like ber, caught fish, and hunted wild animals like the antelope. A closer look at Harappan towns in Gujarat. The city of Dholavira was located on Khadir Bait in the Rann of Kutch, where there was fresh water and fertile soil. Unlike some of the other Harappan cities, which were divided into two parts, Dholavira was divided into three parts, and each part was surrounded with massive stone walls with entrances through gateways. There was also a large open area in the settlement where public ceremonies could be held. Other finds include large letters of the Harappan script that were carved out of white stone and perhaps inlaid in wood. This is a unique find as generally Harappan writing has been found on small objects such as seals. The city of Lothal stood beside a tributary of the Sabarmati in Gujarat close to the Gulf of Kambat. It was situated near areas where raw materials such as semi precious stones were easily available. This was an important center for making objects out of stone, shell, and metal. There was also a storehouse in the city. Many seals and sealings, the impressions of seals on clay, were found in the storehouse. A building that was found here was probably a workshop for making beads, pieces of stone, half made beads, tools for bead making, and finished beads have all been found here. This is the end of part 2 video. Thank you. Have a nice day.